It's Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. Um, I caught an episode, a black and white episode of My Three Sons, S1E5 today. I noticed that at some point they went to Technicolor, but it looked like the whole thing was different. Um, so I'm watching it in a black and white episode, and it has a very Cold Spring Harbor feel to it when I was in not junior high, but it's the junior senior high was one building. It has the outside causeway look to it when you would go from like the gym back to like the main entrance as a student. Um, and it reminds me of the meeting right before. The characters don't necessarily look the same. I don't look the same as the whatever, but it is this like the visitors came on campus that I had never seen before. They said they were in an older grade. Um, and it was before the trip to Florida that was allowed by my parents and whatever was on the blue phone and whatever that was. Um, when I was at the Glen, before the house was like before Lewis's business got like attacked by some law firm and then taken away, and then we lost the house shortly thereafter. Or this was like around the same time. Um, in problem team members. Then there's this reference to the A Team, which is at season 5, episode 4, where they have a football team and Mr. T is sleeping and they come off and they're doing this whatever. And Murdoch says to whatever the guy is in the gallon hat, the ranger hat, I suppose. Um, he says to him, he says, "Thank you for letting me inspect my shorts." Now, for me, short clips makes more sense because then it goes to a more modern, in this day and age, commercial on Cbs this morning, where it's a progressive um, TV commercial with Dr. Rick, which has a person with his name and phone number on trash cans, cleaning the trash with his name and number on it. And then as they walk away, he's like, "Don't look at the hedges. They're a mess." Right. Is that for those that hold other people's secrets and those that pay for such? And there's this like whole industry that I don't know about. Um, I'm a supreme star. It's actual and factual, it's calculatable, and it's the only logic that makes sense. I was born with this special ability the ancestors knew prior to my arrival, and then my breeding season was completely disrupted by some world event, some national event, some world event, I don't know. But it is so clear. And then after this disruptive season in New York, they then tried to save face of some sort and build the piece of shit that hurt me into some higher caliber, which he never was. Once you broke my season with the first kid, there was major problems on the horizon. And all I see is them trying to build character after the fact of the people who tried to murder me and tried to keep me here unlawfully as a supreme star, as a creation star who duplicated And it's a biological timing effect. It has to do with like huge atmospheric stuff. It's not the everyday normal story. But my destiny is off, which now leads into other areas of more quiet but greater responsibility management that now I don't even know how to get a word to on my own dedicated safe line, which causes problems in other areas. Like some unbeknownst insurgency into New York, like as if this is some kind of game. So here is the My Three Sons reference.
Awful young, junior high.
Kid, she's gonna be going in the 10th grade next year. Hey, I know you can meet her.
I was in 11th grade.
She's at the library every night.
But this causeway was where whatever American dad taught, not my own father, but one of my American dads taught me how to drive. There was a semicircle, and we had to like exit the school and then get into, it was a Jeep, a JEEP, and I don't remember the name of the driving instructor, but it was one of the American dads who had access to my youth and helped teach me how to drive. Now, this scene I did not see, or I cannot recall, and if that was one of the meetings in Florida that like this never happened kind of a thing, but even though it did, to take place in some other conversation with some other group. I mean, again, at a Supreme Star, and I'm in the Stripes and Stars area, and I have this Supreme Star birth and child. It's extremely important at upper management. I don't understand how some pyramid scheme or some lower schematic threw off and harmed when supreme management knows. I don't understand how lower management was able to get away with hurting my father and mother and myself in this, and certainly in me bringing this child into the world. I mean, they tried to force me, to hold children to a man who's not even noble of blood. I mean, the combination is to try to poison or sicken me. I had to have special medication administered in order to make sure that I could have children in the future, or so the American doctors said.
Nothing's going on, Chip. Just go to bed. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Jeepers, I miss all the fun.
Now stop it. Bobby, stop it. I mean,
Well, you hear what he did, the dirty crook? I didn't do anything. Not much, you big fat double
no,
crosser.
that's enough.
I'll get the boxing gloves.
Never mind.
Well, spare the boxing gloves, spoil the child.
Now you two stop acting like a couple of animals. Now what brought this up?
Human nature.
He jumped. I was just walking up to the door and he jumped on me for no reason. No reason.
Oh, that sounds like dirty fighting, Robbie.
Trent, stop it. Stop it. Shut up, Trent. Now, tell me, why did you jump on Mike?
Because he's a big fat double crosser.
Now, wait, just a minute. That neighbor's your neighbor. Now, why did you jump on Mike? Stick to the facts, will you?
I'll tell you the facts. Judy was going to be at the library and Gordy was going to introduce her to me. She was waiting there to meet me and
He wasn't waiting to meet you.
this big fat double crosser snuck down there and cut me out.
Oh, we're crying out loud, man.
Are you
I don't
kidding?
blame you, Robbie.
Gordy was Gordy me had it all planned out and you had to stick your big fat face in it.
Just fighting fire with fire.
Now, just a...
And now, when the baby did arrive, and the doctor, who was very whatever, who I asked to stay, I asked Jason to leave. I said, could you just leave, like go back to work or something so I can spend time with the doctor before he has to leave? I literally said that. And then later on, an NSA person who I have the picture with the baby in his green sweet pea outfit, he asked me something which I thought was weird. He's like, "Is this what polygamy is?" And I'm like, I don't even know how to answer that. Like, I mean, I don't. I mean, because then that opens up a possibility of something even more frightening. But this is not correct, and this is not all right. This is trappings and entrapment. This is a force of some unlawful event that has just gotten so much worse and led into now a toxic, like, bunco relationship. I mean, like, this is so beneath. I'm not part of a union. I'm just not. I mean, I'm not at like a grocery store union level. I'm not like a mechanic shop union level. I mean, this is terrible. Now here, the child asked, "What is a Cold War?" I've never. I mean, like, I heard the verse in elementary school that it was in the papers when they did one class with current events, um, with big names that I don't know off the top of my head, but when they're said, I can say yes. I remember hearing those names before, like big names.
What is the Cold War?
This is. And the worst kind.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Bub. At least we're sitting at the same table.
Bob, will you ask Dad to pass the cream, please?
Pass the cream to Robbie, please.
Now, one good thing about the Cold War is that you can bring the foreign ministers of the two countries to a conference table like this and discuss the issues.
Chip, tell Robbie to quit hogging the sweet rolls.
Put on in the sweet rolls, Robbie.
Actually, this is very much like an international situation. You fellas are two countries who are having a border dispute over, well, some land that you both feel belongs to you. Of course, the disputed land in this case happens to be a girl named Judy.
You're fighting over a girl? Jeepers, I thought it was something important.
Bob, will you tell Dad to tell Chip to pipe down?
Tell Chip to pipe down.
Pipe down, Chip. Now, in a case like this, a larger, more powerful country, me, steps in to call a peace conference. And here we are. Now, who wants to speak first?
Bob, will you ask Dad to pass the butter?
Pass the butter.
Please.
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 All right, then I'll start. Now, each of you two countries state your claim to the disputed territory, namely Judyland. Now, Foreign Minister Robbie?
Tell him I got a raw deal. The first chance I get, I'm gonna clout Mike right in the chops.
Attaboy. Stick up for your rights.
You keep asking for it, small fry, and you're gonna get it.
That's telling them.
Bob, this is a peace conference.
There won't be any peace around here till these two guys fight it out.
Oh, now, Bob, you're not making sense.
Well, that's not bad for a predatory beast.
Well, don't get yourself all wrought up about it.
Who's all wrought up? I just want to see some action.
Me too.
Now, look, Bob, a peace conference is no good if everybody doesn't pull together. One rotten apple in the barrel and the whole barrel spoils.
Rotten apple, huh?
I feel like I'm living in New York in a rotten apple. Like a Snow White with her 7 dwarfs. Hey, Adam's 12. Where is code 7? Like, food break. I don't have a meal or snacks.
Sweet roll, Robbie?
Thanks. I already got one.
Go. Mike?
No thanks.
Here's all yours, Chip.
Jeepers, I get all the sweet rolls, and I'm not even a country.
Somebody pass the butter. Please.
I'll take it, Mike. sorry. I always wouldn't take things so personally. All I meant was that, well, our family is strong because we work together as a unit. And if we start squabbling among ourselves, we can ruin that. Well, you know as well as I do that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Now I'm a weak link, huh?
No, I didn't mean that, Bob. Oh, for Pete's sake, when you start acting your age.
Yeah? Well, I'm old enough to know that a good, clean fight is better than a lot of dirty names.
Nobody's calling anybody any names.
Our kids are gonna grow up to be a bunch of sissy-fied, mealy-mouthed, pink-key bandywidths.
Bob, will you listen to me?
A lot of whimpering, sniveling, pampered pussyfooters.
Will you please listen to me?
Oh, I know. I'm just a beastly, rotten, weakling, predatory old...
Bob, shut up!
Uh-oh. The H-bomb.
Just listen to me for 10 consecutive seconds, will you? There's nothing wrong with fighting in the ring for sport. But these kids have to learn that they cannot settle their petty personal misunderstandings with their fists. It's late. I've got to go.
Now, from my three sons, I go to the A team to listen to Murdoch and what I refer to as the Texan. I met a Texan once. He came to visit me at some Manhattan thing Lewis sent me to called Landmark when I was like 15 or 16.
Well, anyway, I'm ready, Colonel. I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to inspect my shorts on this trip.
Murdoch, I admire your dedication. I know that I'd feel confident in anything respected by number 6.
Oh, thank you. You're never going to know how much this means to me.
Davy Miller, player. Michael Hammerhorn, player.
See how he's sleeping? He's just sleeping right now.
Jimmy Taylor, player. P.A. Ruckus, player. Billy Bob Smith, owner.
That's me, son. Or I get some good chili around these parts.
H.M. Murdoch,
No humor.
assistant coach.
My compliments to your head.
Der amerikanische Adler ist gelandet.
And then he says the American Eagle has landed, and I'm like, Empire State Building changed its colors temporarily. Eagles won. Now it's Eagles against the Chiefs in football land.
All right, let's go, boys. It's been a long trip and a bumpy ride. Let's all bed down in this palace, see if we can get some shut-eye.
You accuse me of delaying my research. Yet you waste my time with this football nonsense.
You're in a precarious position, Doctor. I should hesitate to display such contempt toward a superior. Let us continue with your report.
Davy Miller. Subject sustained fractured tibia in the left leg. You should have no problem re-breaking his bone.
Excellent.
All the others seem to be in excellent condition.
There's one more player who may be of some help. His name is T.J. Bryant. You can see he has a typical capitalistic weakness for money. He can be bought.
How do I love thee?
So now on CBS Mornings E22 on today's date, they ran this Progressive commercial again. There's different color trash cans. They're all locked. And they have the name, the phone number, the information on it. And this man is out in the yard, it looks like, cleaning these trash cans for I don't know what reason. And then when Dr. Rick approaches him and like, what you doing? As if like he has no idea why he's cleaning trash. The man then walks across the yard and states, don't look at the hedges. They're a wreck or they're a mess. It almost is like those hedge funds. Are they using the kids as hedges? Because again, I'm a supreme star with the future. It's totally different than the rest of the women. I just want to make sure my situation is handled correctly.
Trash cans.
Oh boy. Meeting a new young homeowner for the first time is a unique challenge.
So you think you can help?
I can try. Hey, what you doing?
Just cleaning my trash cans.
Wow. It's important to build trust. See, put your address and phone number on here.
Well, you can never be too safe.
With trash?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
So look at the hedges, they're a mess.
No one's looking at the hedges. There's nothing.
Actually, let's look at the hedges for a moment, shall we?
Hey, what you doing?
And then here's the hedges. See how like some are a little longer than others? It doesn't have a very neat and tidy feel. I'm just, again, at regimen, I think they definitely artistically put together a very compelling piece. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. And the pattern or the flag for which my supreme star was delivered, as if the stork had like something in his beak or in his bill when he was flying to deliver the baby to the parents. This stripes and the 50 stars, I'm a supreme star. I was when I was born. And then because of the child that follows me from cosmic nursery, I was taken from into this world. I have symmetry in the stars. I now also have constellation, which I have to deal with at supreme star level when I get to level of IR. But right now I'm stuck in some, for lack of a better word, like a Dante's Inferno. I don't really know what they're doing in New York, but I'm stuck at some isolation or whatever. And I don't know how to get to Brady Bunch or the level that knows how to communicate correctly to get me back to where I need to be with having been born aerospace in like a Thunderbirds context of what they've been showing a Thunderbird looks like between like aeronautics, astronauts, and other things. Because it's supremely important. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza.